The Laughing Man by me, Insidious Nebula. I'm at the end of my rope. I feel like I'm going crazy. Have you ever seen him? No. Of course you haven't. Nobody but me does. I see him. I've seen him. So many times now. Every time someone close to me dies, actually, he's there, lurking in the background, and laughing like a maniac. He's like my own fucking personal demon, laughing at my pain and my anguish, enjoying every minute of my sorrow as he tears me down even further. Each time he appears, I slip further and further away, deeper and deeper into the void. I have no idea what he is, but he's not human. His skin is sickly gray in color, wrinkled, and his bloodshot eyes glow phosphorescent green. The majority of his body is covered by a tattered black suit, a black top hat resting on his head, his hands resting on an old walking cane. He stands just in the peripheral of my vision, silent, until I notice him, that is. Then, as our eyes meet, he grins ear to ear, baring his misshapen and crooked yellow teeth. In a grin, he stares at me for the longest time, doesn't break his gaze, before he begins to laugh. That sinister laugh I've heard what seems like 1,000 times now. As all other sounds cease, only the distorted laughter is highlighted, echoing in my ears. It's as if time freezes in place when he appears to me. He laughs for what feels like an eternity. Then, as I think I'm going to go mad, I notice he's gone, and the other sounds of the world resume. The first time I saw him, I was around 13, I think. The years have blurred together since then. My uncle had been killed by a drunk driver. He was nearly decapitated in the accident. The Laughing Man appeared at the graveyard as my uncle's body was being lowered deep into the unmoving earth. He was shambling from behind a tree, tipping his hat at me as he grinned so heinously, and then laughed his evil laugh. I noticed that I was the only one who could see him and hear him that day. The same event happened over and over again, and over and over and over again, and again and again and again. First my uncle, then my great aunt, my older sister, friends, other relatives, the same shit. The Laughing Man always revealed himself to me, usually during the burials, and each time he let loose that cackle, laughing that someone close to me had died. My grandmother died due to pancreatic cancer last year, and the laughing man came into my life yet again. The priest was reading my grandmother's final rites as a figure shifted from behind an old oak tree, grinning and baring his teeth. My eyes widened and a cold sweat covered my face. Seeing him this time, I felt my heart rise into my throat, and I just lost it. His eerie laughter erupted as I ran from the cemetery into the nearby woods. A fucking mess. I still heard his laughter, as if he was still close as ever. Crying and breathing heavily, having a panic attack. I gripped the sides of my head and bellowed out a scream. Just then, a hand grasped my shoulder and spun me around. It was my best friend Sara. She looked at me, and I saw in her eyes fear, concern, but most importantly, warmth. That fucking thing, he's driving me crazy. Every time I see him, he laughs. I think I'm losing it, Sara. But I'm not fucking crazy. He's real. He's real. He's real. She interrupted me by wrapping me tightly in a hug. The laughing instantly stopped. All I heard were the sounds of distant mockingbirds and the babble of a nearby creek churning as the wind blew through my unkempt hair. Sara had no idea what I was talking about, of course, nor why I was so frantic. So she asked that I tell her as much as I felt comfortable with. I told her everything. I thought she would look at me like I was a damned fool, but she didn't. Her expression was one of shock, yes, yet, too, understanding.
Listen, I don't think you're crazy at all,
she said as she smiled warmly at me, with a hint of unease and concern.
We have known each other a long time, Mike, and I know you. Hell, better than you know yourself sometimes.
Her words brought me back down.
Maybe we can figure out what this thing is together, but you're not alone in this,
she said reassuringly.
But for now, we need to get you home so that you can get some rest.
I did not respond. I just looked at her and smiled.
Let's get back with the others, hun, so your mom can take you home,
she said as she walked alongside me, guiding me back to the graveyard. Sara was my anchor. Always had been, but especially after that. However, my anchor was lost to the dark depths not too long after. Sara is dead. She killed herself. No warning. Fucking nothing. She hung herself in her bedroom one beautiful fall day about a week ago. I didn't go to the funeral. I just couldn't. I feared seeing that bastard laughing at Sara's death, and my heartache and misery. I've lost all hope. Ever since she died, I've been seeing the laughing man everywhere now. I can't escape him. It started here and there, but it's gotten more frequent. Not just when people die. I see him every fucking day now. Multiple times a day. Always at a distance, just lurking there before fucking laughing. That laugh haunts every waking moment of my day. I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but I know that I cannot take it anymore. The laughing man has been watching me from afar all these years, laughing at each and every loss I suffered. I fear that I may be next to die, maybe even by my own hand. But I fear even more that he may be waiting for me on the other side, to torment me for all eternity. I have no idea when he is going to show up next, but I'm terrified at the thought. Shit. I can hear that fucker laughing in my bedroom.